busy with overthinking. She'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Take some, one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night, busy with overthinking, she'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Take some, one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage. Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night,
looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Take some one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker.
Hello, welcome in everybody. And Scorpio, sorry for the confusion. I had to abruptly end last week's stream because the pain just took hold and I couldn't even give Charlie the oracle read. I did Charlie's read. I have no clue who else was in the queue. No idea. And Louve Savoie, you missed out on joining the queue because it was already closed, but I couldn't even finish the queue after closing it. So it's unlike me to do that, but that's how it was. And just checking if the sound's okay for everyone. And I'm doing the extended prayer of St. Francis today, because I got through the week. But welcome in everybody. Louve Savoie, Scorpio, Sylvie. Yes, we do have a complement of people, and that's enough. But the extended prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. Where there is sadness, let me sow joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. Yes, the extended prayer actually cuts out commas. So let me see the list. And I have to move it. No, move it into camera, Karen. No, there. I got a little Chrissy gift. Llama Pajamas, welcome in. As I was saying, I was so in pain last week. I can't even remember who. Jack Your Cork, welcome in. Can't even remember who was in the queue when I didn't get to them. So my memory, even of the end of last week, is gone. But I got a little crystal, and I kept this wrapped. It's a tea light candle, but these were little baskets that were at our tables, and the lady that does them is just a gorgeous person. And yes, I don't think it's obsidian because it's got grey in it, but I'll find out. I'll search for it. And, okay. So, le savoir. I like testing my French pronunciation. Aussies, the French laugh at the way the English pronounce their native tongue. And I think that's cute. Some people think it's arrogant. Oh, thank you, Jackie Orcook. I went with the red. I'm better off without names and without huge detail. Le savoir. Okay. I feel some more digging needs to happen, le savoir. I feel it's a very extended story. And I wish I could say I have a connection with a spirit person, but I don't. I would let you know if I had it, but I don't. No, I can't. As I said, I would let you know if I had a spirit person. Yes, I know what you mean. As I said, if I knew I had a spirit person, I would venture it, but I don't. I feel an auntie of yours knows more than what they're letting on. Okie dokie. Oh, yes. You got it. Bang on, Jack Your Cook. It is very 80s. 90s. Yeah, 90s. 80s, 90s. Around that time. And they think that my generation was the wasteful generation. It's like, no, we weren't. We sewed up clothes rather than... Okay. Yeah, check with your auntie, le savoir. We'll see what the cards come up with. But I feel they know more than what they're letting on. I want to say... Yes, there is confusion. That's what I'm getting. I want to say you're overwhelmed with emotion and curiosity all at the same time. Put one of them aside. Put one of them aside. Either go with the emotion or go with the curiosity. Don't go with both. Yeah. The two muddies the water. I can't tell you that, le savoir. As I said, if I did have a spirit person with me, you'd be the first to know. Well, second. I'd be the first, but we won't get into that. I feel as if in life, in your real life, there's a connection you want to share with somebody. And I want to say a real life connection, not a spirit connection. Everybody here knows that if I did have a spirit person, I would bring them through. I just don't have one here with me at the moment. It's hard to get good dim sum. But le savoir, I feel as if in the earth plane with you, and this is where I need your input, You're trying to build a connection with somebody. I think I've lost le savoir. And I do have to get up and open the door, but I will be within earshot. There it is. Le savoir, you need to drop that subject because I am not getting a spirit connection. Okay, it's just been you. That's true, Llama Pajamas. If there's no connection, there's no connection. No, I can't pull a spirit through. It's not like having a phone and you can dial up heaven. I wish it was like that. I wish it was having a phone and dial up heaven. But it does not work that way. But I am going to have to end this le savoir because I feel as if there's a language barrier and you're stuck on what you want to know. And I get that. I'm curious. I'm curious about different things, but I don't want to have to keep repeating that I don't have a spirit connection. I'm Shredder. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't have a spirit connection with savoir at all. Yeah, and it's a deep desire. But I can't help you. Okay, then you need to listen to me when I say I don't have a spirit connection. No. I'd let you know if I did. True. Jack, you're cook, that is true. But I can't tell you that, le savoir. I have to end the reading. I keep telling you I can't tell you. I'm human too. I'm a spirit person inhabiting a human body. And le savoir, end of read. Okay, there we go. Scorpio, you're up. Sorry, I just had to end the read because it's like anyone. If you're not listened to as well as listening, it's like a one-way, it's like talking to AI. They'll tell you what they think you want to know, but it's not what happens. We are actually meant to live this physical life. Our spirit chose to come back. Our spirit chose to come back. So, Scorpio, I feel as if there's movement in an economic sense, like a job sense. Okay, there's movement in a job sense. undervalue your people's skills. That's okay. I know the chat's lagging. It usually does. There you go. There's movement. You've picked apart this interview. I know. I was good at customer service and it was as boring as Battis. But one thing that I know for certain is that getting your dream job is easier when you already have a job. I feel this job might require some travel or some extended time away from your comfort zone. The income is good. Income and benefits are good. See, I found it boring. I found it like Groundhog Day. No, I don't say far away. I feel as if the hours would take you out of your comfort zone. Or the actual job itself would take you out of where you recuperate. So it's having to be physically at another place. Yeah, it's a lack of peace I'm picking up. I know myself, when I go offline, I seriously go offline. And that's my peace. That's where I relax and recuperate and yeah, don't we all? But I feel you have an escapism in your mind that actually assists. I've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. I feel you'll hear within 2 days. If the interview is today, you will... Yes, I was actually talking about this at our Christmas party. Like, the conversation came up. And sometimes that masking does take its toll. And have a little oasis in your mind. Where your mask and you, or while your mask is masking, you can go to the oasis. I hope you get it too, because I get that the benefits are good. And also, getting your dream job, as in moving to another job, is easier when you are employed. Yeah. I wouldn't say super, super low. Unless it's Walmart. I know they don't pay well, but no, I wouldn't say super, super low. This is livable. And for those who aren't workaholics like me, there's a livable wage and then there's a wage that overseas, welcome in. I was explaining last week I have no clue who was in the queue, but we'll get there. I feel the benefits are good. So it might be under minimum wage, but whatever cash under the table happens or commission is good. But I see you getting it quick, but not staying long. I know, Anna, it is. It is difficult. But I feel as if you've struggled since October, Scorpio. Can you let me know why I'm picking up since October? Oh, there you go. There you go. As I said, I feel you'll hear within 2 days. So, yeah, let me know, Scorpio. I'd be interested because I do see it being beneficial for you in more than just the income. Now, I do have to put the list up. There we go. And I do have to boost Jack Your Cork. You're welcome, Scorpio. I just hope it's right. Because sometimes an intuitive or a tarot reader or whatever you want to call us, we can pick up on your desires. So the reading can be all about your desires. It's not necessarily... I don't think I'm making myself clear. But readers often... And we were talking about how there are some unethical people out there that sell fear. It's like the people that sell fear seem to be the popular ones at the moment. Why are we loving when someone picks up on our fears? Interesting philosophical question. Because I don't know how it is worldwide, but like an example could have been the very first read I had today. If I was unethical, I could have drawn out a picture that made that person keep coming back. They're probably going to ditch me now or unfollow or whatever. But I consider myself to be ethical. And it does need to be said that sometimes we do pick up on your own desires because there's such a strong emotion, we pick up on them. Okay, Jack Your Cork. What's this heartache I'm picking up on? You don't have an anniversary of passing coming up now? Between the 7th and the 11th of this month. And it's not predictive, so don't read into it. Okay. Are they in the spirit world, Jack Your Cork? No, don't worry. No judgment here. You don't believe so. Okay. Then it could be the heartache I'm picking up. Could be the heartache I'm picking up on. Well, I'm not picking up on Mozart. You know, wouldn't that be crazy if I turned around and said, oh yeah, that must be who I'm picking up on? But I'm feeling heartache here, like you would not believe, Jack York Hawk. It's surrounding, I wish I could time travel type thing. I wish I could do that again. I wish I could replay it again. It's almost energy like I read something as a red flag and it wasn't, and now I regret it. Yeah. It's like teary-eyed sometimes. Yeah, more from a life perspective than a romantic one. It's like I read something as a red flag. They were actually a decent person. I wish I had that time to do over again. To learn more rather than to continue a romantic thing. Because I get that there were other things. There's a fear of missing out here in the heart space. See, on the reverse, Jack York Hawk, I wished I had have made more idealistic, more practical choices than idealistic. But can you understand why I'm picking up a fear of missing out based on the heart space? I always... Yeah, but have a look what happened to me. I chose... Not really. Okay, then what am I getting? I feel as if there was a Halloween celebration and you're still in touch with someone from that celebration. Try and remember back to Halloween. It's definitely slow-moving energy, whatever this is. But there is... Yeah, joking around with my friends. Okay, then I feel as if somebody has taken a shine to you in the game setting. But the choices we make in life lead us on paths that only that choice would have led us down. So were we meant to make that choice in the first place? See, deep and philosophical today. Oh, okay. Taken a liking. In Australia, we say taken a shine to. But taken a liking to somebody, and I'm going back to Halloween. Can you understand desiring to know somebody's intentions? I've got the Magician with the Devil here, and the Page of Pentacles. There's a desire to know what someone's about. Doesn't mean I can get the answer, but there's a desire to know. Okay. I am going, it's an Aussie, so bear with me. They've existed in the ether for a long time. And I only discovered that they existed in the online ether last night. And yes, they're an Aussie. But they are scientific based. Oh shit. Yes, a person. You're desiring to know their intentions. And I've just put up a YouTube link. It's an Aussie that's speaking from a very scientific basis about why we always are in this state of vigilance, wanting to know what people think of us. An interesting watch anyway, but Apple Shampoo, welcome in. I saw you popped up on my recommended, the notifications last night, and I thought, I haven't heard that name in a while. I should check it out. And then I got distracted. So hopefully your streaming's going well, Apple Shampoo. But yes, Jack, you're Cork, a person. You're curious about what their intentions are. It's like there's a murky area, but your thinking keeps going back to them. Okay. And I feel as if they're confusing AF. Oh, now you're talking my language. Quantum mechanics. No, that's quantum, which means it hasn't been proven. It's linked to philosophy and science. But no, this is in real life for you. And it's taken up more headspace than what you would normally give people. I feel you're very practical in going about life, but this person has you intrigued. And okay, the person has you intrigued. It's like, what are their intentions here? Just looking at the cards, there could have been a promotion. And you're thinking, why promote me? Just let me know if that resonates. Hate and love are two different sides of the same coin. They're the two most powerful emotions. That's excluding grief, of course, but we won't go there. But I feel grief falls into the love category anyway. Okay. Was one of those roadblocks booking you for a project after you intend to leave? I've got to work out what this is, because it's like there's success admiration, but then there's I feel, Jack, you're wanting a complete change. You're wanting to get out of the industry you're in. Complete change. Yeah. I feel as if you've navigated this energy before, and you feel if you don't get out of the industry, the same thing's going to happen. Okay. In my mind's eye, I was just shown a Reddit feed. Can you understand why I'd be shown a Reddit feed? That's okay. Reload. Okay, you're back. Can you understand why in my mind's eye I was being shown a Reddit feed? Okay, and is that for work? I've got to ask this because I asked, please clarify the work situation here. It's like research. It's not at all. Then why am I picking up it's like research? See, I don't, there's so many things I know about that I don't even participate in. So I've got an opinion, so I should actually participate, but okay. Yeah, I feel you've noticed the industry connection. Here I go. I finally got it. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that picture. But it's almost an industry given. Okay. It's not in the mail sorting sector or the mail distribution centre. Okay. Can you understand it has something to do with mail correspondence? Government not-for-profit is known for it, Jack York. I would do your research there. And I will be back in a second. Just give me a few seconds. Jack York Hawk, I was sorry to leave you stranded, but we will get there. I don't know if it's the longest day in Australia, but okay. Now, there is a pagan tradition on the 22nd of December. I do know that. Last Coca-Cola, welcome in. Oh, and thank you for the sub. I'm just catching up because I had to scroll back. No, Scorpio, I do know of Reddit voyeurs. And I'm not going to become a Reddit voyeur. But well, if you call 19 degrees Celsius hot, yes, the sun is a lot warmer here in Australia. I'll grant it that. But we've been in summer now for 9 days, and probably 1 day out of that I could call it summer. Yeah, it's springtime temps, but it's also we're having a warm day and then 2 rainy days, so we're getting the humidity. So it's 30 in Brizzy. Oh, I'm shredder. I do know parts of New South Wales. I've got friends that are in the bushfire zone at the moment, and they're on watch and alert. So back to Jack York Hawks. But in Brizzy, 30 degrees with humidity and sea breezes, that's not bad. That's not bad for Brizzy. Anyway, Jack York Hawk, I feel as if you're looking at where your career is going. You don't like where it's gone. I feel as if you're tossing up at least 4 different ideas at the moment. Jack York Hawk, I've known people in Melbourne they're called the Polar Bear Club. They'll go out when it's 2 degrees Celsius. They'll go out in the water. And they say the water's warmer when the weather's colder. So that's all for your science nerds out there. It's got to do with precipitation and, the workplace culture. And I feel like it's also core values within the industry. I'm getting it goes deeper than just your job. I feel it's industry core values. My guide told me to turn over some more cards for you, Jack York Hawk. Just bear with me. I know you mentioned government before, but are you considering politics? I can almost hear my grandmother saying, you don't discuss politics, religion with people you don't know. But I feel as if there is the potential for a political shift. And I'm not saying it could be front and centre with the Emperor there. But I feel as if this is behind the scenes. Yeah, smart view from my grandma. Jack York Hawk, it's behind the scenes. So it's almost like the personal assistant to a politician, where you go through all the emails, where you go through all the bureaucratic stuff, because I get that you're good at prioritizing. And I feel it would also give you the opportunity to travel. I feel wherever you live has a sister, they call it sister cities. That's okay. You're not lying, I'm not lying. Time will tell. But it's almost like there's a sister city and commerce that goes through your local area and another country. I don't know why they started calling them sister cities, but I do know that's what they call them. Well, look at your local government area. If you want to work in local government, look at your local government area and see what their sister city is. I did not... From this, I feel more tropical. More tropical islander type thing. But investigate your sister city and you'll see if I'm right. Because at the moment, you want less burden, not more. You want more freedom of movement, not entrapment. Well, some would argue the ideal climate for surfing, Jackie O'Cork, is Hawaii. Some would argue. There you go. We're pretty cool down here. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to give it a try. Yeah, that's America. I get it. But also, I can vouch in terms of the state I live in Australia is Victoria. Ryback Beach. Yeah, but Surfers Paradise, having surfed in the past, Surfers Paradise is not really a surfing beach. You need the high waves. Anglesea in Victoria is good for that, but Ryback Beach is the best. And that's on the Mornington Peninsula. I know people try and surf there, I'm Shredder. And I love it that everybody is included regardless of their skill level. Well, that's more than just a beginner, Jackie O'Cork. I've known people that will get on a surfboard and doggy paddle their way back in, and they're still called surfers. Jackie O'Cork, there's people that are doing it on still water. So include your... As long as you've got a board with you, include yourself on that list. But I really feel, check your local government area where you are. Because community-wise, I feel as if there is The shift is going to be a pivotal point for you. I usually only say that when I see a lot of major arcana, and there wasn't that many in your read. But I do feel it's a kind of lifestyle pivot. And hopefully that makes sense. And I see you counting the days. Counting the days. It's like, okay, next. That is true. However, Australia has to be included in the world. We can only start one step at a time. And hopefully people understand that. One step at a time. So, yes, we have to be the change if we want inclusiveness, community, all of that sort of stuff. We have to be the change we desire. However, it does have to start on the local level, one person at a time. One person at a time. And I forgot to welcome in Charlie. I did see Charlie pop in. And I feel like that inclusiveness is what you want to create. That community spirit. Graveyard, welcome in. Hi, Sylvie. Jack your cork. Sylvie, I'll get to you in 2 seconds. Jack your cork. Sometimes we have to give to ourselves in order to pass it on. So if we're not doing well, how can we give to make someone else's life better? A lot of people say, but that's selfishness, that's not altruism. So we have to make our own lives better. Then we can look at making somebody else's life better. And Sylvie, I feel you may have fallen back into old habits. Got the sun. Just let me know, Sylvie, if some of the old habits have reappeared. I'm feeling like prepper energy here. Like I'm organized to the max. And I know Sylvie won't say yes if it's a no. Okay. Because she got into a carefree spirit, and I feel as though that's been tempered. 2 of Cups. There's been forgiveness in your life. You've forgiven somebody, they've forgiven you. Part of you feels that it's weakened your position. No, it hasn't. I get a sense of trusting is difficult. Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Tower, and the Lovers. I haven't turned over the fifth card yet. It's like we were talking about surfing before. When it comes to situationships, if it's ongoing, I would say yes, Sylvie, but this is now. You're expecting it to collapse forever. And there's the defensive card. It's like there's a person who's defending their own position. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. It's someone that wants to be forgiven. Ace of Pentacles. It's someone trying to make up. You know what it's about. I feel as if there's someone trying to make it up to you. And you're still skeptical. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's who you are. But I do feel that the skepticism has created a little bit of a distance. You know, like when you've got two magnets and you try and put them exactly together, they don't go. There's resistance. You know how too many backstabbing there. But one of those magnets has to change to positive. Let's say the magnet creating the resistance is positive. The other magnet's negative. And that's why there's resistance. And it's like, I feel a little bit of trust is going to open the pathway. It also opens the potential for hurt. But if we don't have a risk, we never get to know people. If we don't have a little bit of a risk, we don't get to know people. I'm not saying turn your back and give them the knives. No. If you're dealing with backstabbing, of course you're going to be cautious. But being cautious is who you are. So maybe a smidgen of trust. And I get where you're at, Sylvie. I don't hand out my phone number to everyone. Only those that I will pick up the phone to get my phone number. That's how private a person I am. And I feel in some senses you're about the same, Sylvie. But I do see good coming from this because somebody is trying to make it up to you. They're trying to get back to a certain point. There you go. Sylvie, you are like me. It's like, and people don't know how isolating it can be sometimes to be that way. I've accepted me for me, but it can be isolating at times. But I also know the people I have let in, I've let in for a very good reason. Can you understand there's suspicion around money at the moment? Suspicion around money or suspicion around gifts? Try and let go of some of that. Look at the gift with a gratitude. And you do deserve it. So a simple thank you is enough. And hopefully that resonates, because I feel it's used up a lot of your energy, is what I need to say. Thank you, Sylvie. Now, I know I've got a sub in the queue that I have to boost, but here we go. Llama Pajamas, you're up next. And I do know when I went away from camera. You're welcome, Sylvie. Thank you for your energy. Okay, no, Llama Pajamas is there. Oh, I lost Apple Shampoo. Now, Llama Pajamas, I feel as if you've put a wish out. And yes, I know it's Christmas time. We all put wishes out. We all want to be on the nice list. But I feel you've put a wish out and you're trying to achieve it. You're trying to create yourself a better person. It's like you're trying to... how can I word this? You're trying to be the person that other people accept. Just a yes, no. I have to tune into your handle first and then I can turn over the cards. I'm glad you're comfortable with who you are, but I feel as if you've made some adjustments. Page of Cups. Yes, I feel as if an offer is coming in and you've made some adjustments. Ten of Pentacles. Anybody who's a regular knows I like seeing that card. The Magician. Why are you doubting this when you actually wished for it? Wheel of Fortune. These cards are really well shuffled. I feel as if it's a superficial thing that you've changed. And it was because another person liked it. I think every human being has a perpetual imposter syndrome. And I'm often curious to how it all came about that Jungian psychological terms have become part of people's normal speak. And I'm feeling 1 minute you're super excited, the next minute you're... Spiritual Princess, welcome in. Okay, it is Charlie I have to boost, so there you go. But this is more about another person. I'm doing better than last week, Spiritual Princess. That's always good. But I do have to make sure I look after myself. That's true. Llama Pajamas, I feel as if this has to do with either a friendship connection or a romantic connection. And I'm feeling that's okay. Has your long-term partner made a request for a colour? I have to ask this question because I'm seeing a request for a colour. It's not black. And yes, I know black isn't technically a colour, it's just the absence of light, but I'm sticking with black as a colour for now. Snow Kai, welcome in. I feel as if there's been a minor request that you've actually agreed to. Okay, I feel like you've agreed to it. It's like it doesn't bother you, so you've agreed to it. Okay, yeah, as I said, I picked up a request for something minor, and you've agreed to it. No, nothing like hair colour or anything like that. I would actually be mindful of the next request. You know how some people start out with a simple request that doesn't bother you, so you do it, and then all of a sudden you turn around and find, if it's a t-shirt, I can live with that, or a shirt, I can live with that, but go through your wardrobe and find out where you are. Because I feel the colours aren't you. Hopefully it makes sense if I say it that way. But there's definitely affection there. However, your desire is for stability, permanency. And that hasn't come yet. I'm glad you'll keep it in mind, because I said put it to the back of your mind, have a look through your wardrobe. Because sometimes things can come in really subtly. Okay. I'll leave it up to you to determine why I'm picking up on the long-term goals. If I'm not saying it right, it's because I don't have that point of reference in my mind at the moment. So you work out I feel it has something to do with each other's families. Agreements you may have had interacting with each other's families. But I'll leave it to you to ponder on llama pajamas, because obviously it's things I don't have in my point of reference. Because I feel there's a bit of a one-sided thing there. Okay. Oh, that's right, I was going to boost. I'm Shredder, you're next. Fellow Aussie sitting in 30 degrees. Eternal peace for me, you made it in. And so did... Oh no. Eternal peace for me didn't. Snowkai did. Ah. You're welcome, llama pajamas. Okay. I've got to get myself... I was going to join forces with a friend and make up a truly Aussie tarot deck. I've got an artist friend who is awesome. And I was actually going to join forces with this person to make up a truly Aussie tarot deck. With Aussie symbology and everything on it. And as I said, I do know what time of year it is, but I'm Shredder. I feel as if, well, Vegemite was a Victorian thing, believe it or not. Victoria can be very proud of Vegemite. A lot of people might not like it, but hey, that's how it is. I feel there's a trip south. I know you said you're in Brizzy, but I feel like there's a trip south. And yeah, if I was in Brizzy at the moment, I think I'd head to northern New South Wales. I've got a soft spot for Glen Innes in New South Wales. So just over the border. They've got standing stones there, and I sat there and I meditated for ages. And the weather was perfect. But who knows, I could go back there again and the weather would be crap. I feel as if there's a need to get out and about. Can you understand that? I'm Shredder. There's a need to get out and about. Oh, there'd have to be a koala on it. There'd have to be a platypus. There'd have to be... There's so many things that are just Aussie. Yeah, and it's like you don't even know where to start. I've got the 10 of Cups. I've got Page of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. I feel as if you tried to get out and about and spent the time alone, and it was like social exclusion rather than social inclusion. And so you've actually withdrawn again. And this can be energy-wise or it can be actuality. It's like, it might be like I went online to one of the dating apps and got a scammer. It is hard to fit in with regular folks, I'm Shredder, it really is. But regular folks also includes you. So if you exist, if the universe put you on this planet, they also put other people that you would resonate with. And I feel as if there's a dread for the coming season in you. There's the lead up's great. The lead up's social. The lead up is happy. But then there's an isolated time around the actual Christmas time or holiday period, whatever you want to call it. And I feel as if there's something to do with age. And you don't have to be like me. You can be the opposite. But I'm finding that I look for all these events that I used to go to. Believe it or not, I used to go to them. And all of a sudden now they're under 40. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They just don't want anyone over 40 hanging around with them. And it's like, are you serious? So just let me know if that resonates. I'm Shredder. And if you do get thrown to an ad, please type in ad. I don't care if my chat box fills up with it. Just let me know where people are. But I do remember going from Victoria Point in Queensland to Brisbane to meet up with some friends, and it was worth the trip. Yeah, as I said, I didn't know how the age thing added up, but I do feel that, yeah, I don't care about age gaps. But I'm finding that other people do. Or other events do. And I feel as if there's a question mark over a recent bill, a recent electricity or gas bill. And as I said, just let me know if you do get thrown to an ad. Okay? Check with your other half about a bill that has come in and it seems a bit too high. Because I feel something has to get checked out. It could be an appliance that needs replacing. That would fit if it's exiting. But I feel this is current. This is one needing payment soon. Okay, let me see what the other two cards are. My guide, yes, check. Because I feel it could be as simple as a kettle that needs replacing, or it's something that's chewing a lot of energy. Okay, temperance. Okay. I feel where you're about to buy, there's a wish for a different, it might be within a new estate. There's a wish for a larger space. And yes, it is a wish. But sometimes wishes can come true. I'm not ruling it out. And I'm feeling okay. I'm in the hilly area. And it's like I'm either moving away from the hilly area or I'm moving towards the hilly area. And hopefully that makes sense for you, Shredder. Thank you. Now, Charlie, it is your turn, and thank you for last week. I crashed and burned last week. The pain took over, and thank goodness I'm not like that this week. Thank goodness I'm not like that this week. Hola, Charlie. Yes, it is better. I won't go into the long story, but definitely better than last week. Still has its own challenges. But what would life be without challenges? Boring. Okay. I feel as if you might have started becoming bored with an old hobby, Charlie. Bored with an old hobby. And I am aware of there is a little bit of a lag in the stream. I was going to say Twitch, actually, but bored with an old hobby. I want to say it's habit forming. Okay, now that's a telling one. And I feel the game you're talking about has in-game purchases. And I do believe that you have actually contributed your fair share plus others. that could be through, like with my stream, through subs, through... But I do feel more like in-game purchases. I'm not sure if Twitch does that, but I could be wrong. The sun. I feel like you've turned away from it at just the right point. I feel like you've made that decision at just the right point. And you know what I'm talking about, Charlie. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I've got the Sun and the High Priestess. Yeah. You're starting to focus on the better things on the horizon. And what once filled you is not hitting the same spot anymore. I feel as if this is second time round of questioning it. I feel as if you did about 3-4 months ago. And I'm picking up that home is the priority. I also feel as if there's a saying of, are you a leader or a follower? And followers tend to be looked at as sheep, because sheep will follow each other even if they're going to the slaughterhouse. Whereas every other animal would put up a fight, and you feel like you're being led rather than being included. And there's also a little bit of a boredom thing going on here for you, Charlie. It's like it no longer hits that spot it used to. I've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck, Charlie. I feel as if it's not filling that void within you. And the void within you needs filling. I'm not sure whether the game that you're thinking of actually had a level component to it, or whether it had a physical component to it, but it definitely had something to strive for. That seems to have been taken away. The something to strive for has been taken away. Just let me know if you can resonate with that, Charlie, because I'm picking up the boredom more than anything else. This is no longer exciting me. I don't know why I do it. Okay. Watch the VOD, Charlie, with the closed captions. I feel you will understand. It's a second attempt at walking away. Yeah, it's a second attempt at walking away. So time number 2. Now, did you want your oracle, Charlie? Because I know you missed out on it last week because of my pain. And I'll read it as clearly as I can so that you can Oh, I get it now. I get it now. But the reward could be the benefit to you has been taken away. Ah, there you go. Whatever it is, the benefit to you is taken away. And yeah. There we go. Which oracle deck would you like, Charlie? Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. Vintage Wisdom. Okay. My 27 centimeter gorgeous deck. It is a gorgeous deck. It's by Victoria Mosley. Just takes a little while to shuffle sometimes. Okay. There we go. Protection. And it's got geese on it. There's a lot of things happening around you. I think the old things are better too, Charlie. But we are in a world of modern. So we've got to merge the two worlds somehow. This statuesque warrior goddess stands on the threshold between two worlds. There you go, between the old and the new. Above her head A halo shows divine consciousness. As she guards the mysterious kingdom behind the portal, a golden sword implies readiness for action. The creation of the sword is also a metaphor for life as it passes through the 4 elements: fire, heat; water, cooling; air, resting; and earth, shaping, to become an instrument of precision and beauty. Like the sword, we too must pass through the initiations of life, which test our mettle in times of adversity. 2 regal I called them geese, they're swans. 2 regal swans, symbolizing the element of light, stand proudly at protection's feet. Swans also symbolize love, as they are loyal creatures that frequently remain with the same mate for years. The light of the sun and moon reflects the qualities of yin and yang and transcends the alchemy of opposites. You can feel blessed in the knowledge that protection is at hand. Try to discern why this card appeared and observe your world. This will help you define which areas are in need of your awareness. I did get shifting awareness, didn't I, Charlie? Perhaps you have been feeling vulnerable or victimized by the world around you. If so, be mindful of your thinking, and as your thoughts can attract darkness as well as light. Your experience of life is a reflection of the quality of your thoughts, which drive decisions, actions, and consequences. Draw inspiration from the symbols represented by the sword. The blade has the power to sever ties that bind. Okay, serving your highest good. On a practical note, keeping your immediate space organized, clutter-free, and clean is an effective way to protect your psychic energy. Now, everybody hears the word psychic. It's Old Greek and means of the soul or of the person. So keep that in mind whenever you hear the word psychic. Be receptive to any guidance given during your meditations. Courage and strength are both virtues that help sustain us through the uncharted waters of change and transition. As the universe lights your course, be open and ready to act on any clues. That's what I have for you, Charlie, and hopefully that reading resonated and you get clarity from the protection card. Just know that not all change is bad, and some change that we perceive as bad can lead us to the path that shows us the brightest star. And at this time of year, and I do know Charlie is from a Catholic-based area, at this time of year, think of yourself as one of the wise men. You were following the Northern Star, knowing there was a blessing. Follow your Northern Star, know there's a blessing. They didn't know the terrain would be so rough, but they got there. And that's what I have for you, Charlie. Now, so I don't end up like last week, I'm going to put the list up and put the Be Right back up and go for my walk. Because I can't end up like last week. And yes, Anna, I did see you try and join the queue. It was full. When I do come back, Graveyard will be next. So I just have to put some self-care in, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, you would have heard a preview of me coming back. So hello, I am back. Now, Raveyard, you are up first. Why did I get that feeling? There we are. Have you had trouble speaking up for yourself lately, Raveyard? Or communicating your needs to others? Okay. I feel you need to look at it like a band-aid. The best way to take off a band-aid is to just take it off. Yeah, it's going to sting. You know it's going to sting, but leaving it on doesn't help. Oh, and doesn't it make you feel ignored and invisible? Let's see what other cards come out. You shouldn't give up if you're unheard. It's like yeah, and I want to say you feel even more invisible right now. Right now. Okay. You feel as if you're carrying everything as well. Have you been in this situation for a time period of 12 weeks, 12 months, 12 years? I'm picking up the energy of, I've already invested this much, I have to keep going. 5 months. That's okay. I've picked up the energy, I've already invested this much, I have to keep going. Sometimes it only takes us 2 weeks to feel invested, connected. Okay, there is hope here. Unless you want it to continue, you need to put your foot down and say, I need at least one night. Pick one night a week, one night a fortnight, whatever suits you, where we sit down and we pay attention to the relationship. You can each pay attention to your own individuality, but if you've got someone who's not willing to pay attention to the relationship, after 5 months, that's a bit difficult. So whatever time you need, tell them, I need to sit down once a week, once a fortnight, once a month, whatever suits you, and pay attention to us, our relationship. Because at the moment you're suffering in silence. I feel whoever you're dealing with does not even realize the depth of what you're suffering. You're fearful of them walking away. If they're not present, are they truly there anyway? But you're fearful of them walking away. I can't tell you whether they will or they won't, but if nothing changes, nothing changes. Okay, so you're the one walking away. I would say give it one last shot. Do the one night one night a week where you sit down and you talk about the us part of the two of you. And if they're not willing to do that, they're not invested in the us. You deserve to be seen and heard. And I'm a huge proponent of, everybody gets fixated on the rush of emotions in the initial stages of a connection. I don't like that one little bit. I like the comfortable, when the two of you get so comfortable that you each do your own thing, but the us still gets done. I like that comfortable. And most people that I talk to, they say that, yeah, but that comfortable is boring. It's like, it's not boring. It's when trust is built. And trust is a major component of any connection we have with people. Forget romantic relationships. It's people. So, Graveyard, do that. Give it one last shot. And your suffering isn't being seen, so you're suffering in silence that way. You're welcome, Graveyard. I don't know the person you're dealing with, and I don't want to upset the apple cart. But if you're feeling this low, I do get that there is hope. I feel you might each be talking a different language, but one last shot is worth it. So I'll leave it there. Thank you, Graveyard. Okay, Spiritual Princess. You're welcome, Graveyard, and best of luck going forward. Because once you find that situation where you don't have to do the us check-in, it just happens. I like that boring. So hopefully you get to that part of the boring. And Spiritual Princess, I feel as if you've attempted something, Spiritual Princess, and it hasn't panned out the way you expected. I feel you walked away from something hoping that within 6 months your life would turn around. And the outcome isn't what you expected. Just a yes or a no at this stage, and then I turn over the cards. It's okay if it's a no. Okay. I feel you resonated quite closely with Raveyard's read. But I feel this is more a community rather than an individual. It's like you pulled back your energy from a community. Okay. You've got the star popping up in your read. Okay. Can you understand you're part of something because there was money being made, or you saw money being made? And yet you were on the outer of that? You assisted in it, but you were on the outside of it. And it was sort of like you became invisible to people. Hola, Horse-Drawn Portrait. Welcome in. Yeah. And it's like you weren't being included either. It's you were assisting but weren't being included or weren't being given the chance. My guide said 2 more. Okay, 2 more. Yeah. I do feel that there is one individual that's pulling you back. There's one individual within this community that's pulling you back. Just be aware of motive. You know, even in our slightest interactions, motive exists. And I always try and check with myself if I'm surrounding myself with people, what my motive is for surrounding myself with those people. And if I can look myself in the mirror and say, I just want them as their energy is great. And then I ask, am I rewarding these people for that great energy? And if I can turn around with some clear conscience and say yes, then I'm okay. But I feel as if there's someone that's drawing you back for a technical skill set you have. If I'm wrong, they won't mind you withdrawing the technical skill set. And hopefully that resonates. But it's breaking your heart. I want to say it's breaking your heart because you want to be part of that community deeply. So just, they do need your help, but it's up to you whether you give help. believe it or not, I actually included some newish friends in my circle of friends and had to actually tell somebody I'm not dial a psychic. I just want to get together, laugh, have fun, go home. And they kept thinking everything was to do with a spiritual gift. It's not. We're human too. So hopefully that resonates for you, spiritual princess. Again, my bones are sounding like bubble wrap, but I'll get there. Snow-Kai, spiritual princess, love and blessings to you. I think I might have dropped Snow-Kai out of the queue. No, Snow-Kai's still there. Excellent. Long time no speak, Snow-Kai. Oh, thank you, spiritual princess. Last week was pretty rotten, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, Snow-Kai. Had challenges this week too, but challenge is a part of life. Sometimes it's never ending. And Snow-Kai, can you understand your enthusiasm has dropped? Your enthusiastic you has altered. Just let me know if that resonates, Snow-Kai. I do know there's a delay in the chat. Okay, you can resonate with it. I feel as if there's a sense here of wanting some sort of protection, wanting some sort of certainty. You are waiting on some news to come in on top of that. Temperance. Yeah. It's like you feel as if wanting the certainty, wanting the protection is a magical wish or a dream unfulfilled. I want to say you're entitled to have that dream. Because just remember, nobody was there when you needed them the most. So you do need to watch out for that, protecting your energy, having a protector of some kind. And I feel as at the moment you've been asked to make a choice. At the bottom's the Eight of Pentacles. You've been pushed into a corner to make a choice. I feel as if it has something to do with the work you do. I feel you may have attended a course on how to improve, and that course has led you to, maybe Twitch isn't right. And it's like, but the audience won't shift over. So you're undecided of whether to give it a go. There you go. The sense I get here is you paid for advice, take it. I want to say whatever advice this is, it's like you would miss an opportunity if you didn't try it. And trust me, content creators out there, including myself, even though I don't create content, it's a thankless job, and it's not monetarily driven. It's also a very isolating experience. So think about that too, Snowkai, because I believe somebody's given you a method of how to progress. I'm actually seeing you might be considering Instagram or YouTube. But I'm unsure. It's just, as I said, it's just a guess. There you go. I feel somebody's taught you how to create content and still have a life. Like, the live thing isn't as important. Whereas Twitch and TikTok, the live content is important. So hopefully that resonates, Snowkai. Eternal Peace for me, you are up next. Okay, there we go. I will get better soon. Snowkai, I think I missed you last. Yeah, I did. In the Mix of Thoughts. I hope you come to a conclusion. But trial and error is also good. But thank you for your healing thoughts. Eternal Peace for me, you are up next. There we go. And I haven't got Eternal Peace for me in the queue, in the viewers. There has been some dropouts, I do believe, but... Okay. That means Horse-Drawn Portrait, it is you. Better than last week, Horse-Drawn Portrait, but how are you? Okay. Where are you, Karen? Hanging in there. You're using my exact saying, hanging in there. It's like, can't do magic, can't do, yeah. Just roll with the punches. But I feel as if you've had some things happen that are like a succession of light bulb moments. Or crazy coincidences. A little dented but not collapsed. Well, a burst balloon is still a balloon. It's just in a different form. And if we can get used to changing form, you can't relate. I feel as if there's been coincidences. It might be in your scrolling, things have popped up that you're actually interested in. Yeah, I feel there's been a series of coincidences where you've been provided with information. The sun. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Can you understand being interested in astrology? I don't think I've ever really picked up astrology for you before, Horse-Drawn Portrait. Anna, I've actually closed the queue now. I know you've tried to join twice. At the moment, not really. Okay, I respect your honesty, Horse-Drawn Portrait, but what I'm picking up on is that you're reaching for the stars and you're being turned elsewhere. So, yeah, I feel as if life is turning you elsewhere. It seems to be standing still while people are coming in. It's like a different community. Who's the onion? Peeling off the layers? No. See, horoscope, it's not. Eternal peace for me, I did shout out for you. Explain the satire publication. I'd be interested in hearing about it actually, but you know me, I like to keep my knowledge up to date. I don't think I have. Eternal peace for me, I did shout out for you and there was no response from you, so I went next. I do give people time to pop up in the chat. Some say I give too much time. I'll actually have to look into that Horse-Drawn Portrait because I can tell you honestly I've never heard it. The queue's now closed, Eternal peace for me, I'm sorry. But I do feel as if time has stood still for you. And it's made you bored and you've started seeing different things appear that are filling in the gaps. Failing that, I am going to go to a strict reading of the cards. I do feel your intuition has turned on, but I'm going to have to look into the horoscope from The Onion. Information appearing out of nowhere, filling in the gaps for you. It's a very individual thing. It's not a generic thing. There's been incoming communication that you're glad of, even though you don't trust it. You've got choices moving forward, but the past keeps drawing you back. That's an actual reading of the cards. And the next two is socialization with standing still. So that's actual reading of the cards. My intuition is saying it's deeper. It's like there's information coming in that is making things clear. Call me Yo Daddy. Yes, it is closed. I feel it's calming information. Horse-drawn portrait, I feel it's calming, valid information. I feel as if the information was needed. Call me Yo Daddy. I am so sorry that the queue is closed just as you popped in, but it was closed a little bit ago. Okay, I feel as if the dreams are... The dreams are clearing your energy. They're not meant to terrify you. I can let you know what some early psychologists said about these types of dreams. If you can survive it in the dream state, and this goes to Carl Jung, Alfred Adler, I can't remember the names of the other two, but they were early psychologists. And they said if you survive it in the dream state, you can overcome it in the physical state. So I do actually feel that you're having things revealed to you at pivotal moments, and that's why you are standing still. Because I do feel that the standing still part's not comfortable for you at all. And hopefully that now resonates, Horse-drawn portrait. It was really bizarre with the intuition on the reading, but I get that it's good for you. And you'd love to know how to reconnect, okay? Whatever you dreamt in the dream state, you can overcome in in the reality state. So just picking up the phone and ringing is how you can reconnect with your mum. Because if you survived that horrible dream about your mum, no matter what happens, you can survive the reality of it. And I feel these are these things have been happening as a way of spurring you forward rather than staying still, even though you do need to stay still right now. Sometimes it's in the stillness that we gain our own clarity. And that's a cliche. That's like a Bartholin effect statement. No, not Bartholin effect. There's actually a concept where some people say, there you go, it's the effect it had. But there is actually, in terms of what I do, people call it, I can't remember the name of it now, but some people use statements that 90% of humans would accept as true. For example, one of those statements could be, you're a kind and loving person and nobody understands you. 90% of people would say it was correct. I'm not trying to use one of those statements, but I do believe now is a time where you need to be still. It's in that stillness you gain the courage and the clarity moving forward. So hopefully that resonates for you, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. I feel you're protected. And I do hope for your sake that the genuine reaching out is taken as a genuine reaching out. And I shall leave it at that, because I do have to call it a day. And at least there's no one left hanging in the queue. And over the Christmas New Year time, I am going to try and have some other peeps in with me so I can last longer. And hopefully that will get you guys really, it should get you excited if I can organise it. It's not always something I can organise, but okay. Okay, let's see if this one will work. And you guys can let me know if they're a goodie or a not so goodie. And I shall see you next week, and hopefully the extra week will give me that extra vavoom. Thank you, Scorpio, and thank you, Horse-Drawn Portrait. And yes, you guys can let me know if this person is worth a look-see. Because it's that time of year where I actually want a reading. So I will catch you all next week. Bye for now. Be mindful about your intention.